Hi there, this is Dr. Jean-Pierre Kabongo. So today I'm going to talk to you about FODMAP, which is a concept that is being currently used in the treatment of what we term functional abdominal pain. FODMAP is an acronym. It's written FODMAP. It stands for fermentable, O stands for oligosaccharide, and D for disaccharide, M stands for monosaccharide, and P stands for, so FODMAP is just a bunch of sugar that pretty much can be the cause of our problem of functional abdominal pain. So what does it mean, functional? Functional abdominal pain is the pain that is being caused by the functioning of your gut. So meaning all the possible tests to find out the possibility or the cause of the problem had been all negative. I mean, blood work, stool tests, endoscopy, whereby the doctor will put a camera inside your bowels to check and find out the cause of the problem. Even imaging, such as X-ray, ultrasound, scan, MRI, and all of them have revealed themselves to be negative, hence the term of functional abdominal pain. So this concept was introduced in medical literature by two researchers, a gastroenterologist and a dietitian at Monash University in Melbourne, Australia in 2005. These two researchers were basically trying to find out the relationship between the food we eat every day, especially sugar, and the abdominal pains like irritable bowel syndrome, or generally speaking, functional abdominal pain. So they managed to demonstrate in 2005 in a long paper that was published in scientific medical journals that this correlation exists between those sugars and abdominal pain. So they came up with a list which is quite long, and I will try and put it below here. So for us to apply the principle of FODMAP, we need to go through three stages. I call three stages of FODMAP. The first stage will be to discover first what is causing abdominal pain, and the second will be elimination, and the third will be reintroduction, and we might even add the fourth one, which is consolidation, but pretty much it is in three stages. So the first stage, which is finding out what possible cause. So to do that, you have to download the long list of FODMAP food that I'm going to put down below, and then you go through the list. So you will find some of the food that you usually consume on a regular basis, and some of them you probably might not even know what it means. So don't be surprised, but just deal with what you know that you consume on a daily basis. So after that, you trying to eliminate. So we are now in the second phase, whereby you eliminate all those food from your diet, and then this elimination has to be done in block. So you do it immediately while eating some other food that might not be suspect. Then you have to wait 4 to 6 weeks. This is time that is necessary for you to find out that everything, all the molecules that might be causing you trouble, had been eliminated from your blood. So once you do that, wait for 4 to 6 weeks, then you will notice that you will probably be pain-free. Then you go to the second phase. This is a reintroduction of the food that we might be suspecting. So the introduction, as opposed to the elimination, is done one food at a time, one item at a time, and you have to wait for like a week. Meaning, if you're introducing like prunes to your diet, you introduce only prune for the full week, and then see how your bowel, your guts react. So if during that time you didn't have any trouble before, and then you start having abdominal pain or flutters, abdominal distension, diarrhea, constipation, blood sometime in the stools. So you know that the culprit will be the food you had introduced, and you should write that in the list A. And on the other hand, you go then with the second week and then you introduce another food, say like cassava. So if you introduce that and then you notice that nothing happens, you can say, okay, this is good food for me. You write it in a different list, list B. You continue like that until the end, until you finish your first list that you had made. So at the end, you would have found yourself with two lists. The first one is the good list to go, food, and the second list will be the food to avoid. So at that time, you would have known that these are the food that you have to avoid, and please avoid them forever. And the good food, you have to continue taking them forever as well. So this is the concept of FODMAP that have really revolutionized the treatment of functional abdominal pain. Thank you for watching.